Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan here. Welcome to another episode of Blu-ray Day. It is episode 6. Just one thing. I didn't buy any of these today. I actually bought these, I think last week it was, and I never had a chance to do it because I was busy with some footage and trying to get everything fixed up. But anyways, there's a few. I think there's about 7 here today that I bought. Whatever, last week or whatever it was. And yeah, I just figured, people are liking the Blu-ray days and they want to see more. So I figured I'd start, like I said, I buy Blu-rays fairly often, and just to increase my collection, just so you guys, well, yeah, I like to collect things, even if the movies aren't all that great. But anyways, first movie up we have is Me, Myself, and Irene. If you haven't seen this one, I strongly recommend you go check it out. It's a hilarious comedy about basically a schizophrenic, and it just, like, honestly, this movie has made me laugh many times. So I recommend you do. But in terms of case, it's very generic. Like I said, it's got the Recycle logo here and just the basic Blu-ray. Nothing special. Like I said, it is an older movie, but honestly, older doesn't mean it's bad. And next movie I bought was The Italian Job. Now this is the remake. This is the one that came out in 2003. When I first saw this movie, I think I watched it at home like countless times back when VHS was still popular. We had it on VHS, and just an important notice, nothing underneath there. But I would watch this movie so often, but the problem was the Blu-ray. I just didn't feel it was worth it until now when they put on a sale. And they finally, I was like, oh, look at that! It's got a sale price. Might as well grab it, right? So nothing no whole very special to this one. Just great movie though. It's a good remake, basically. Because if you've ever seen the first one, I believe it came out in the '60s. The first one, and it sported the traditional Minis instead of the new Mini Coopers that when they first came out with them. So it was a nice little remake, just basically like a futuristic jump into the whatever you want to call it. It was a really nice remake. All right, next movie. This movie came out last year. I couldn't believe it. This movie was only $10. Like, I'm not even kidding. And this movie won, I believe, Best Picture for 2009, 2010. I can't remember what it was, but it's The Hurt Locker. It's a movie. It's basically about the Iraqi war, except the bomb squad division. So they disarm possible explosive threats in Iraq, and yeah, it's a really great movie. But I've noticed if you're a gamer and you watch this movie, you'll notice a couple flaws. Now the movie is set in 2004, yet at one point they made a big mess up. And what I mean is, at one point one of the soldiers is playing an Xbox 360, which didn't come out till 2005. And Gears of War, which didn't come out till 2006. So if you're a gamer and you saw that, you probably chuckled a little bit and just kind of, but most people it would fly under the radar. But I saw that, I'm like, oh, fail. But anyways, Hurt Locker, this is it comes in a slip cover. I like ones that come in slip covers because then they usually, I don't know, protect it, I guess. I don't know. But not a whole lot in here, just another generic. This is one of those movies you think they would have made a background. A lot of movies do. Like, for example, the Resident Evil series, each Blu-ray disc of the Resident Evil films has a little background art behind the disc in the book, but this one doesn't. But regardless, it was $10. Why the hell not, right? So, and it is a really good movie. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I do recommend you watch it. And coming down, I might as well do these as a whole. Basically, Rockies 2 through 5. As you guys know, I already have the first one, and I did it in an original, or an older episode of Blu-ray Day, but honestly, like, you gotta, for me, I like to complete the sets, you know what I mean? Like, I have to have the complete set. If I have one or two, it just ain't gonna happen. If I have one, it usually slides, but I won't buy the next 2 or 3 until I have all of them. That was what it was for that, so. But anyways, Rocky 2, every case is the same, honestly, except this is the Blu-ray DVD combo. They all come with DVDs. Actually, I don't know if this one does. These ones actually might not. This one says it does, but these don't have that. I've actually never looked in here. I haven't made it to Rocky 3 yet. Yeah, this one just comes with the Blu-ray. Not a big deal. That's funny. But yeah, we got Rocky 3. This one was with Mr. T. This one was the rematch against Apollo Creed. Again, very generic stuff. But it came out in the late 70s and early 80s. Rocky 4, this one was the one against the Russian. This one was one of my favorites, actually, because the Russian was such a douchebag in it. And he was, like, pulling knees, he was kneeing people, headbutting, doing all this illegal moves. It was like, what the hell is he doing? And so, like, when, you know, when you finally, when Rocky would make his comeback, he would beat the living piss out of him. But anyways, this is Rocky 5. This is definitely, even though I have it, it's one of the worst out of all the Rockies, because he's basically training a guy. He's no longer, he's pretty much put up his, hung up his gloves, so to speak, and retired. But the thing is, he's training this like hotshot boxer who eventually challenges him to a street fight, and Rocky fights him in the street. And it was kind of, it was an interesting premise, but it didn't do, it didn't do that well compared to the other Rockies that you know, had released. But regardless, you got to complete the collection, and it was an alright movie, just not as good as the other ones when he was actually in his boxing career. Because who does this little punk think he is to try and take on Rocky, who's been the heavyweight champ multiple times? So, at any rate, that's today's episode of Blu-ray Day. Got the rest of the Rockies. Now, I did not buy the rehash. I believe 2006 it came out. Rocky Balboa. I didn't like that one at all. I thought he's too old. He should have stopped doing the Rockies right when he actually finished them. But whatever. You got to commend him a little bit, I suppose. But at any rate, that's this episode of Blu-ray Day, episode 6. I apologize for it being delayed, but I can't really control that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.